Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of Ask Coach Marie. I'm Marie O'Neill, founder of Padma Life Coaching, and your host on this series. This is the place where you ask a question and I give my unique opinion as a life renewal coach, astrologer, and past life regression facilitator. Please know that I'm not a therapist and I will never tell you what you must do. Each week on Fridays, a new video is released with me answering 2 questions from the viewers. In addition to those questions, I talk about various other life renewal topics. Let's go ahead and get going with the questions for this week. Our first question comes from Jessica, who is in Boulder, Colorado. And Jessica writes, I've done years of talk therapy, but I still feel like trauma is stuck in my body. I have chronic tension, digestive issues, and fatigue. How does somatic healing work? And what's a simple practice I can do to start listening to my body's wisdom? Thank you for that question. And actually, you are already listening to your body's wisdom because you have some issues that you are aware of. That means that you are listening. Now, what your body wants you to do, that is another matter, of course. And that's why you sent the question in. With the body, it does keep score, and it's constantly telling us what we need to work on and what we need to release. Well, there is a book called Buried Feelings Never Die, and I believe it was written by Louise Hay from Hay House. It's an excellent book, and it talks about the different parts of the body and the spiritual meaning of those parts of the body and what the message is for you. For example, if you're having back issues, that's an issue of not feeling supported. Lower back issues may be about not having funds or money. Neck issues would be somebody is a pain in the neck or some situation is a pain in the neck. It's that kind of thing. So I, of course, would recommend that you look at that book. You can probably find it in your local library, so you don't necessarily have to buy it. When we have issues that are in the body, talk therapy is fine. However, the issue is stored in the cells of the body, and so it has to come out through the cells. To do that, there's a couple of things you can do. I'm an advocate of using tears. Crying it out with intention, not just crying for the sake of crying, but crying because you want to release. And you call in your guides, you call in the goddess, you call in whomever you pray to and ask for help with this. And you want to let them know that you want to release this issue to them. If it's the universe that you're releasing it to, then, of course, you say to the universe, please take this issue. It no longer serves my highest and best good. I'm giving it to you of my own accord. And you want to use tears and make sure you have plenty of Kleenex there or whatever you use. And just keep those tears coming until you feel a shift. And all you have to do is really feel the issue, whatever the issue is, and that will help you have the tears come forth. That's one method. Another method is scream therapy, and that is actually screaming to get the issue out of your system. In addition to those 2, I do know that some people use a punching bag to actually punch, because you've got to feel the emotion and release it. And so that's one way that people release it. But the bottom line is you have to get it out of your cells. You'll know when you've shifted and when you release the issue. Now, with what you were saying with digestive issues, chronic tension, and fatigue, it could be something that you definitely are holding on to. I don't know what that is, but that is something that you can get to the bottom of. So I hope that helps. please send me a comment or send me an email and let me know how you're getting on. All right, our life renewal topic is The Body Note Keeps the Score, an introduction to somatic healing for life renewal. With our body and the things that we deal with in our body, it is always talking to us. Now, sometimes the things that we're dealing with in the body are karmic. Maybe they're things that we've inherited from our ancestors, situations or illnesses that we've inherited from our ancestors. And sometimes it's not. However, I will say that what I have found, even if you've inherited issues from your ancestors, because of reincarnation, because we've had so many lifetimes, those issues still come from us in a prior life. They still come from something that occurred. I'll give you an example. I inherited hand tremors from the female line. You know, my mother's mother and my mother and the females in the family have hand tremors. And I've worked on them for years. Now, it wasn't until I got to the bottom of why I inherited the hand tremors that I was able to have a remedy appear that helped me to deal with them. Now, the hand tremors are not gone. However, they are less. They have diminished some. And I realized, of course, through meditations, why I actually had to come down through this line with the hand tremors. So that could be the case with any of us when we have health issues. Those health issues can be showing us something that we need to heal within ourselves. In my case, it was being frantic about getting ready to be killed back during Roman times for something I didn't do, and begging to be saved by God and working myself up into a frantic tizzy. You know, I actually sensed my hands shaking in that lifetime. So all of that was stored within me. And of course, karma ripened. When karma ripens, it means it's time for you to let it go and do the work to let it go. That doesn't mean that the issue actually disappears, but it does mean that you heal what caused the issue so that it's not carried forward to the next generations. With the body, as I said earlier, everything is stored there. Every trauma is stored. You have to go through your emotions to get it out of the body. You can't think it out. It's not an intellect situation. It is an emotional situation. It's always good to access the cause if you can. If you can do some type of regression or send a prayer up to ask what the root cause of it is, then get it out of the body. Now, here's another thing. No matter what the cause is, whatever it is you have, that issue can also be a gift. You can be showing someone else how to navigate that issue in a good way, depending on how you are navigating the issue yourself. So anyway, I hope that helps you. Please comment below and let me know what you think about having issues stored in the body and releasing the issues and how you do it. Because, you know, we all have to work through our issues. They do not go away by just thinking them away. We have to go within to release. All right. Let's move on to the final question for today. The final question comes from Ryan in San Francisco, California. Ryan writes, I often feel completely disconnected from my body, almost like I'm living from the neck up. This makes it hard to know what I truly want or feel. How can I begin to rebuild that mind-body connection and learn to trust my physical emotions as a form of intuition? That's a really good question, Ryan. And this brings up something that all of us actually deal with, whether we are aware of it or not. Whenever we have a trauma, there's a piece of who we are that leaves, and it stays in the place where that trauma actually occurs. I say this because sometimes we can be out of our body and not know that we're out of our body, and we need to come back in. One of the signs that we can be out of our body is feeling a disconnection to the body. It's possible that there was some type of trauma that caused you to exit, or part of you to exit your body. That is a speculation, of course, but that certainly is plausible. You'd want to call back in all of the pieces of yourself back to you. But before you do that, you want to, of course, ask for protection from your guides, making sure that it's just your pieces that you're calling back in. Whenever we're going to heal something, we have to be back in the body to actually heal it, because we're in physical form. So if you having this issue, I would suspect that that is the reason, that there's a part of you that isn't in the body and you need to come back in. If you have access to any of the Buddhist traditions or the indigenous traditions, they can always do a soul retrieval for you. My suggestion is to go to an authentic and indigenous tribe, whether it's Buddhism, whether it's Tibetan, the Bon tradition, whether it's a Native American or Celtic, but you really do need to go to somebody who knows what they're doing and not just a charlatan. That's my view on that. Once you do that, you'll find that you'll start to feel much better. Once you get those pieces back in your body, you'll start to sense it and you'll be able to feel again. Send me an email and let me know how you feel about this and what actions you've actually taken. Or you can always comment below too in the comments section. All right, we have come to the end of the session for this week. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you everyone who has spent your time listening to this video. I do appreciate it. And please be sure to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel and to this video. That lets the algorithms know, AI, that this video is one that needs to be sent out to other people. If you'd like to learn more about the services that I offer, please go to my website, padmalifecoaching.com. It has information there on astrology, life coaching, and past life regression facilitation. It also has information on the retreats that I host twice a year. If you'd like to learn more about me and my life, please check out my book, And the Lotus Opened, a memoir. It can be found anywhere online books are sold. Please send your questions to padmacoach@icloud.com. That's padmacoach@icloud.com. As I said, again, please be sure to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you back here next week. Bye-bye.